Hello and welcome back to Square One Games. My name is Exonovit and I'm here to show you how to get another achievement for Cuphead. Alright, so let's talk about the achievement, A Walk in the Park. We have to defeat every boss in Inkwell Isle number 1. Now before we get started on taking out these bosses, make sure that you have at least 4 coins in your inventory. You guys know you're going to be given 1 coin right at the start of the game. You can find another 3 coins by talking to the NPC on the bridge. Now take those 4 coins and head over to Pork Rind's shop and buy the spread. It's going to come in handy for taking out a couple of these bosses. Now the biggest tip I can throw your way for taking out these bosses, guys, is to never stop firing your weapon. So you always want to have your thumb on that X button, always firing. You want to be making sure that you're putting the maximum amount of damage on these enemies. Remember, the closer you can get to an enemy, the more damage you're going to be able to put on them because your bullets are traveling a shorter distance. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, with that spread that we just picked up earlier in the video, they don't have a very long range to them. So in some of these boss fights, you are going to have to get closer than you would with the normal pea shooter weapon, just because, like I said, the distance is a lot less. You're also going to see me in this video jump at the same time that I'm firing. If you're not familiar with these type of games, the best way to do that is to take the round portion of your thumb and let it center itself on the X button, okay? And anytime that you want to jump while continuously firing, you just basically flatten your thumb so that the joint portion of your thumb is actually centered on the A button. So you've got the round portion on the X, and like I said, anytime you want to jump at the same time, the joint comes down and it's centered on the A button. That way you're able to jump and shoot at the same time. Now something I want you to pay close attention to with each boss fight is where I'm placing my character on the map. Okay, so depending on which boss I'm facing, sometimes I'm going to be close, sometimes I'm going to be far away, sometimes I'm going to be following the boss throughout its movements, staying close. There's a reason for that, so you want to mimic that in your game, and that way you guys will have an easier opportunity of getting through these boss fights. Now there's going to be some of these boss fights where you want to remain completely stationary. You guys know that you can hold down your right bumper button for that. Your character basically locks in place, and then you can use your left thumbstick to simply control where your character shoots, but you won't be moving while you do that. You're going to see me do that in a couple of these boss fights, so just make sure you're paying close attention to that. If you see my character not moving on screen, but I'm allowed to shoot in all the directions, I'm basically just holding down that right bumper button. You're also going to see me from time to time switch between the pea shooter and the spread, and I'm simply doing that by hitting the left bumper button. Sometimes I'll do that while I'm locked in the place using the right bumper button, so you'll just need to make sure that you pay close attention to that as you watch these boss fights. And the last thing I wanted to point out to you guys is to make sure that you're not overcomplicating this. Remember, we don't have to get an A rank or an S rank or anything like that. There's separate achievements for that, and I'll have those up on the channel as soon as I'm able to understand how to get that A rank, and I'll do full tutorials for that. Remember, all you got to do is just defeat every boss in Inkwell Isle number 1, so it doesn't have to be pretty. There's no need to parry anything. Even if you see me parry stuff in the footage you're going to be watching, it doesn't mean that you have to. Remember, you can build up your abilities at the bottom with the cards simply by shooting the enemies. So it just depends on where you feel like your skill level is with this game. If you want to get those abilities up super quick, then all you have to do is parry the stuff that's on the level, and you'll have to make that call based on your skill level and where you think you are with the game. And that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer them. I'll see you right back here in the next one. You guys be good.